For Pacifica Radio, I'm Teresa Wierzbionska. House Republicans are working overtime to meet President Donald Trump's demand for a big budget package. Speaker Mike Johnson had GOP lawmakers working into the night ahead of a self-imposed Friday deadline to finish up the details. They're eyeing some $3 trillion in tax breaks, massive government program cuts, and a possible extension of the nation's debt limit. This all comes after a lengthy White House meeting Thursday where Trump's message was simple: get it done. The House has blown past its earlier deadline and is now racing Senate Republicans, who are preparing their own package. Senate Republicans are heading late Friday to meet with Trump at his private Mar-a-Lago club in Florida. The UN's top human rights body is holding an urgent session on spiraling violence in eastern Congo, where Rwanda-backed rebels recently captured a major city. Some 3,000 people have been killed since late January. Karen Shamas reports.
The Rwanda-backed rebels who captured a major city in eastern Congo have sought to reassure its residents about their safety. The M23 rebel group held a rally at a stadium in Goma on Thursday that was part of the efforts to shore up public support, even though it faces growing international pressure. At the United Nations, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres told reporters,
"Silence the guns, stop the escalation, respect the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Democratic Republic of the Congo."
Africa's top public health body, meanwhile, has said the rebellion has disrupted services at a high-security medical lab in Goma, involved in the control and surveillance of infectious diseases such as Mpox and Ebola. A Swiss aid group also says 3 of its local employees were attacked and killed on Wednesday during a humanitarian mission in North Kivu Province's Rutshuru territory. I'm Karen Shamas.
The Trump administration is ramping up its crackdown on migrants, and local community activists say they're prepared to oppose the administration's moves. More from Kennedy Quayle.
The Department of Justice, led by newly sworn-in Attorney General Pam Bondi, announced a lawsuit against Chicago, Illinois, early Thursday, citing its sanctuary city laws. The lawsuit claims that sanctuary city laws thwart federal immigration efforts. Border czar Tom Homan spoke to members of the press Thursday. When asked why Chicago was chosen for the lawsuit, Homan said, "Sanctuary cities are sanctuary for criminals. Make that clear."
We're going to hold sanctuary cities accountable. We're going to take them on and we'll take them to court. Again, it's everybody, every elected mayor, every elected governor, every elected city councilman. You would think they would want their community saved too, and they would want public safety threats removed from their community. That's your number one responsibility, is protection communities. Work with us.
Homan also fielded questions regarding ICE raids that took place Wednesday in Colorado that were supposedly leaked to the public. Homeland Security officials of Denver said in a post to X, formerly Twitter, they were targeting over 100 Venezuelan immigrants they accused of being members of the Tren de Aragua gang. Reports say immigration officials were met with empty buildings and protests where participants yelled for anyone still home to not open their doors. No number has been confirmed, but reports say it was far less than the over 100 ICE expected. Homan said the supposed leak will be taken seriously for the safety of immigration officials.
Operational security, the operation was leaked. And again, we're going to hold those people accountable once we find out what those leaks occurred. This isn't a game. When the operations get leaked like that, it puts our officers at great risk. It's already a dangerous job. We know TDA is dangerous. Everybody can agree to that. But when they get a heads up we're coming, it's only a matter of time before our officers are ambushed.
In response to the increase in immigration enforcement activities nationwide, protests have also increased. Wednesday, there were protests across the nation in all 50 states and D.C. In San Francisco, 200 protesters gathered in the Mission District. An unnamed protester told KPFA's Alice Ottoson she was inspired by the large turnout.
I'm here in opposition to the mass deportations of immigrants. I'm an immigrant myself and came to this country, and we have the right to be here and the right to stay. And I'm excited by the amount of young people here today. It's fantastic. There's a big turnout.
Protests are planned to continue as long as immigration activities continue. For KPFA News, I'm Kennedy Quayle.
A federal judge in Boston will consider a request from 18 states to block President Donald Trump's executive order ending birthright citizenship for the children of parents who are in the U.S. without documentation. The hearing on Friday comes after a federal judge in Seattle blocked the effort and decried what he described as the administration's treatment of the Constitution, saying Trump was trying to change it with an executive order. The Seattle decision came just a day after a Maryland federal judge issued a nationwide pause in a separate but similar case involving immigrants' rights groups and pregnant women whose soon-to-be-born children could be affected. I'm Teresa Wierzbionska for Pacifica Radio.